Land Rover really is one of the business success stories in the UK at the moment. We've just come on the back of 2 record years in 2005 and 2006, and we're on course for another record in terms of volume in 2007. Around about 78% of our production will actually be exported this year, so we're making a major contribution to UK PLC. Something like £5 billion of revenue will come back into the UK from our exports this year. The positioning of the brand in countries around the world does differ because of our history, because of legacy, of where we've come from. For Africa, for example, we were the original products, the original manufacturers down there. The first car that many people saw in Africa was a Land Rover in the 1950s. You compare that to North America, where we actually entered in the 80s as Range Rover North America, just with our Range Rover products, and we brought Land Rover products in later. So the history and the perception and the awareness is much stronger on Range Rover than it is Land Rover historically in North America. Then you look at some of our emerging markets. This year we'll sell over 30,000 Land Rovers in markets that we weren't even represented in 5 years ago. We've gone in there with a full suite, a full range of products, and the modern day positioning of the brand today is what they understand in their first experience of Land Rover.
If any business doesn't react to the challenges of a world which is becoming more concerned about the environment, it's not going to stay in business. And it is as simple and as important as that.
Everyone is aware of global warming. Everyone has become more aware of the contributing factors to global warming. The motor industry worldwide, but especially in Europe, has had a real focus on that, and the 4x4 segment within the motor industry is getting an abnormal amount of focus. And Land Rover is reacting to that. It has to react to that.
Sustainability is probably the biggest challenge that Land Rover faces as a brand around the world. It's getting a huge amount of attention in UK and Europe as legislators look to determine ways and methods of cutting down companies' carbon footprints. We are facing up to that challenge in a variety of manners. We're looking to see how we can build more efficient products. We're looking to see how we can present ourselves, present the facts about our business in terms of our sustainable approaches to consumers, so that they're informed and they have a satisfactory explanation as to what we're doing.
Over the last 10 years, our factory at Solihull, which is a major manufacturing plant within the UK, has reduced carbon dioxide emissions by 30%. And we have programmes which have been ongoing throughout that time and which will continue to do to reduce carbon dioxide emissions, to reduce waste and to reduce water consumption. And that's something, as I say, which has been core to the operation of the business.
We pay into a fund operated by Climate Care, a unique fund for Land Rover that invests in projects around the world that invest in sustainable technology.
And we also work with our consumers to offset the first 45,000 miles of each product's use in the UK. That's a unique programme. We think it's the largest consumer-facing programme of its kind anywhere in the world, and that's only part of our commitment to reducing our overall carbon footprint.
We have to position ourselves as a responsible organisation. We are doing a lot in terms of investment. Together with Jaguar, over the next 5 years, we're investing £700 million on environmental technology, some of which we showcased in Geneva on our Landy environmental concept back in 2006. And we're slowly but surely introducing that technology on all of our vehicles.
I think one thing we've been careful with in our product development and the way we've positioned ourselves in the marketplace is always to remain true to our core brand DNA. That also means being true to our heritage of being very, very capable in off-road situations. So while our off-road capability still remains true and core to our brand DNA, our breadth of capability in what the car is able to offer a consumer has extended considerably as we've developed our product over the years. We've managed to increase our volume exponentially because of that new entry. We haven't substituted for our existing models. We managed to conquest both from competitor SUVs, but also from bringing in people from